Hello my non-nerdy friends, welcome to my review of the G900 Chaos Spectrum, amazing name. Now this mouse is possibly a real game changer, especially as it's a wireless mouse that has almost no detriment to performance. But before we dwell in the deeper mysteries that this mouse beholds, let us first go through the specifications. The mouse is packing a PMW 3366 optical sensor, the very same that sits inside the Logitech G303 and the G502. You get a 1000 Hz polling rate when the mouse is both connected wired and wirelessly. 11 programmable buttons, with the side buttons being removable if you don't want any, or you can add some more to the right side, which some loser lefties will be very happy to see. There's a 500 mAh battery that can last up to 32 hours of continuous use if all the lights are off, and 24 hours of continuous use if all 16.8 fuctillion colours are being used. If it does go flat though, it only takes 2 hours for it to charge back up to 100%. It has an ambidextrous design, with the dimensions being 130mm long, 67mm wide and 40mm is its highest point. The mouse also weighs an amazing 107 grams without the cable, which is truly ridiculous considering it's got to fit a battery and the additional hardware required for wireless. Now before I get on with the nitty gritty, I must first suggest you watch a video that I will be putting in the description of the Linus Tech Tips people. Go into the Logitech Technology Center of Technologitech. This will give you all the information you'll need to know about how good this mouse really is and the technology behind it. So first of all, this mouse has really exceeded my expectations. When it was getting leaked, I was expecting a 170 gram wireless mouse with a plethora of extra retarded gimmicks like vibrations or an OLED display on the side. What we have is a really good mouse, and that's all there is to it. I do have a few personal issues with the design, as it is sculpted to look like Optimus Prime's cock, and there's a lot of contours and gaps which will just attract dirt and grime over time. All these things are just cosmetic, as you don't really notice these things whilst playing video games. The mouse is very comfortable to hold. I used it for my 24-hour charity stream and never once felt any fatigue from using it that I sometimes normally feel with other mice when I'm trying to shut out the real world and pretend I'm good at games. The switches feel very nice across the board, and with what Logitech call a mechanical pivot button design, it actually does feel even better. The switches are nice, responsive and incredibly consistent with each click. I think that if I really had to nitpick, there is a rattle when you shake the mouse. You don't notice it whilst you're playing though, so it is fine. The mouse 1 and 2 switches do have a slight horizontal movement as well, but this is just because of the pivoting design that they have gone for. The scroll wheel is one of those really snazzy cool ones where you can flick it and it will spin for ages, good fun, and it does receive my scroll wheel feels real seal of approval. Moving the scroll wheel to the left and the right does also actuate a switch as well. I can't really think of any scenario where I would actually use it. Even remembering that this feature exists is hard enough. It's kind of frustrating, as when I'm trying to fault the mouse, it's pretty much just like personal issues. The shape, weight and features are all fantastic. Although the micro USB cable has wings on it for some reason, and I can't use it for anything else really, which is fucking annoying. Like, why would you do this? It just means that I can't use it for anything else apart from the mouse. The software is the same as all other Logitech products that allows you to tune your mouse to the service of your choice, and all the other bells and whistles that you may not ever use after running it for the first time. All the changes are saved on the onboard memory of the mouse, so if you do run it, you only need to do it once. In-game wise, it is flawless, which is what you'd expect from the 3366 sensor that's inside it. I've experienced no issues with it at all. I've never had it go flat on me because I'm not an idiot and I just remember to plug it in every so often. Overall, I guess the real negative point is the price of this mouse, and at £134 it is obviously on the more costly spectrum. But when you compare it to the other wireless mice on the market, it's only more expensive by around about £30, and with this though you are getting unmatched wireless performance. If you watch the video I mentioned, you will see it slams the competition into the ground, and it is actually in some cases more responsive than wired mice. If you want a wireless mouse, this is most definitely worth it. With the vast technology behind it, this mouse is really good, and this should be a real game changer and bring some pressure to Razer and SteelSeries who struggle to make wireless mice that aren't shit. This mouse exceeded my expectations by a mile. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, but I'll admit that it completely proved me wrong. The end result is a fantastic wireless mouse that is incredibly comfortable to use. Yes, it is a bit pricey, but if you have the money and are willing to save up, I would honestly recommend this mouse if you're looking for a wireless option. Anyway everybody, that is all for this review, the G900. Don't forget to check out my website warrior.gg and my Patreon page, patreon.com/warrior. If there's any products that you'd like me to review, make sure that you write it in the box where the comments are, and make sure you press the subscribe button and the like button and the share button and all the other buttons that are on this YouTube page, apart from the dislike button and the report button.